It's rather sad really that we couldn't find someone to take it on, because it provided, I think, it was an amenity for the local community. You know, it was a day out for people. It was somewhere for car clubs to aim for. We always used to make them very welcome, and give a guided tour and a bit of a talk, an illustrated talk. I've got to empty this building because we've got to hand it back to the landlords, United Utilities. We've had a bit of an extension now. So it's given us more time to do this, because you can see it's a massive project just to take the signs down, and all the cabinets full of automobilia, and most of it's been lotted now and catalogued, and that'll go for sale at Brightwells.
Well, with the gates of the museum behind me now firmly closed, the cars and exhibits collected over 42 years of being in business are now to be sold. Many of the exhibits will never see Cheshire again. Having contacted Brightwells auctioneers in Leicester, 13 cars in the collection was to cross the block. One of the most unusual exhibits on sale was a 1958 Heinkel cabin cruiser with a colourful local history. Jim was keen to see this preserved.
I've insisted that they take the garage because we found that in Chester, and the man said it's not been out of this garage for 35 years. And I said, can I buy the garage as well? What the hell do you want the garage for? I said, I had this idea to leave it as we found it. So it was all filthy dirty, and there's a picture of that in Cheshire Life in the April issue.
I caught up with auctioneer Matthew Parkin to discuss the Mouldsworth collection in more detail. Could Mouldsworth be regarded as a one-off?
Well, Mouldsworth is unique, isn't it? I mean, there's nothing else quite like it. So yes, of course it is. And to have both the cars and the automobilia from one source is unique, certainly, yeah. We've had a lot of interest from Cheshire. I mean, so many people around Mouldsworth and the surrounding area have used Mouldsworth Museum for many, many years. But of course, it's got an international following as well. And we've had inquiries from all over the world. Venezuela, I think, is the most obscure place we've had.
Jim's first ever car, a 1932 McAvoy Special, was also listed. He has fond memories of the car and later passed it to his daughter. It's now incredibly rare, and another McAvoy was also available for another buyer to complete from the spares Jim had collected. Sat with Jim's McAvoy was another famous Mouldsworth car, the Austin 1800 driven on the 1970 World Cup rally by Yorkshireman Tony Fall. Despite high hopes, the sale of these two cars fell through, having failed to meet their estimate. One car from Mouldsworth, however, did very well indeed. That car was the Heinkel cabin cruiser, remembered by many as the star of Mouldsworth Motor Museum, displayed at Brightwells as it was found 85 miles away in Chester.
Now, I think I can honestly say this is the first time I've sold a barn find and sold the barn as well. Lot number 32, 21,000 miles from new. The sale does include the original shed where it has lived for all of its life, okay? 6,000, that's cool. 6,000, sold away then at 6,000.
At least the Heinkel found a happy home, and better still, it's staying in the northwest.
Where have you come from today?
From Bolton in Manchester.
Oh, Bolton, okay. Yeah. And what attracted you to this in the end? Were you aware of it in the museum to start with?
I've been there myself and seen it. I didn't really know that it was here until today.
With other vehicles from the museum now in the hands of their new owners, Mouldsworth's story can draw to a close. There's 2 more auctions to sell off the rest of the automobilia from Mouldsworth, one for the smaller items on March the 20th and the second for the signs and petrol pumps on May the 22nd. John Burgess for Keys News in Leicester.